So many students applying restrictive early action or single choice early action are under the impression that they're not going to be able to hear from any college but their restrictive early action or single choice early action school in December. And as a result, they're not going to be able to hear from any college until March or April if they apply to their one dream college restrictive early action and they don't get into it, or even if they do get into it. So the fact of the matter is that's not true. Don't just read the headline, read the fine print. The fact of the matter is all of the colleges that offer restrictive early action or single choice early action, uh, the big four, Harvard, Stanford, Yale, Princeton, they allow carve outs for two whole classes of colleges. Number one, rolling admission colleges. You can apply to a rolling admission college concurrently with applying to Harvard restrictive early action or Stanford restrictive early action. I don't know if they call it restrictive early action or single choice early action, but it's basically 6 and 1/2 dozen of the other. And you may even hear earlier from the rolling admission school than you do from the uh, restrictive early action or single choice early action school. So you could theoretically be applying to Stanford uh, through their restrictive or single choice early action program and Indiana University in Bloomington, and you will hear, if you apply in August or September, from Indiana sooner than you'll hear from uh, Stanford. And that's completely okay. That's completely allowed by Stanford, Harvard, Yale, and Princeton through their restrictive or single choice early action programs. So that's rolling. That's a rolling school that rolls out admissions. Indiana officially is early action, but they roll out admissions. But the other class of colleges would also apply to any school that's officially labeled early action as long as it's public. You can apply to Stanford, Harvard, Yale, or Princeton, not all, but one, restrictive early action or single choice early action, and also apply to public colleges and universities that offer early action uh, as well at the same time. You can't apply to Tulane early action and Stanford restrictive early action. You can apply to Stanford restrictive early action and UNC early action, UVA early action, or any other public school that offers early action, Georgia Tech, Georgia. So there are a lot of schools out there, Michigan, that Wisconsin. These are schools that you can apply to concurrently with the Stanford, with the Princeton, in their restrictive or early action, single choice early action options. So don't be cowed into not applying to a number of colleges early in the cycle. If you're up for it, if you want to, if you're interested in them, you need not wait all the way until late winter, early spring to hear from colleges other than your single choice or restrictive early action college. You have other high quality options from which to choose, and you are allowed to do them concurrently with your single choice or restrictive early action school. So many people who are very smart because they're applying to these amazing schools don't dig into this, and they think, well, I have all these other January deadlines, but I only have one November deadline because I have a restrictive school, restrictive early action school, or single choice early action school. No, you don't. Don't use that as an excuse not to apply to some really high quality schools early in the initial admission cycle, maybe as early as August when applications open, but definitely by early action deadlines at public universities or colleges where you may be willing to go if you don't get in to Harvard, Princeton, Stanford, or Yale, restrictive early action or otherwise. Because let's face it, those are hard schools to get into no matter when you apply. Have a great day.